So we're always looking for ways to cool down when we get a heat wave like this, right? But we want to make sure everyone, if you can, stay safe, please. So we're here with Mama Doc, Dr. Wendy Sue Swanson. She is here with us, and she's going to give us a few tips. And you know what? We wanted to ask you, first off, there's a lot of places in the Pacific Northwest that don't have AC.
Nobody seems to have it. Everybody in the office is going, they don't have central air here.
No,
I said, no, I grew up here. We don't have it here.
You see a bunch of fans, though. People open up the windows.
Yeah, right.
So that's the problem, right? Windows being open. Kids.
Yeah. Well, we know, 15 to 20 kids die every year in this country from window falls, but 15,000 are injured. So thank God they don't all die, right?
Wow.
But I think we forget how they're climbers, right? So it's bunk beds they climb on, dressers they climb on. So it's thinking truly about window guards. Screens don't work, right? They don't hold kids back. So if a curious kid looks out a window, pushes on that screen, that's when we really see those falls. In practice, I've had a number of kids fall out of windows in just 12 years of clinical practice.
I've always thought the screens, in a way, we almost need to redesign them because they're kind of pressure mounted, right? So a kid might have a false sense of security thinking I can lean against this thing that just gives way. So
right, and toddlers are the most common. So it's kids under 11 that we see mostly, but they're like they toddle along, right? So then they lean on it. They may not be able to get themselves back. So think of moving furniture from away from under the windows, getting those window guards, or of course keeping them closed. But when it's this hot, I certainly get why people have all these windows open. So check them now, and that's where your kids are at grandparents and at your own home.
And it's unfortunate, but we got to remind people every single year, hot cars, hot cars, hot cars.
Yeah.
What is your tip with that?
So big thing on that is keep your purse, your bag, whatever it is in the back seat. Make it a routine all year long. We know we live in a totally distracted world. We know about 3 dozen children are left in hot cars every year. Their body surface area is a lot bigger than yours and mine. So as a car heats up super fast within minutes, their bodies heat up 5 times faster. So keep something in the back. Look before you lock is the tagline. You make it a habit that you always have something in the back of the car. So if you drive your kid to daycare or you drive to work and forget to drop your kid off, that nobody thinks they're going to do it. But it happens to brain surgeons, neuroscientists. I mean, all sorts of people have done this, and it's just horrific tragedies. So make it a habit. Look in the back before you lock your car.
And last but not least, I know today was the first day in a while where I made my girls stop before I got them out the door to school and said, I'm going to spray you down from head to toe, sunblock.
Yeah,
but
attaboy.
there are so many options now. I mean, they've got rows and rows and rows of sunblock. They're not all created equal. What should we be looking for?
Well, first and foremost, broad spectrum, which is pretty much the typical. I like the physical blockers, the ones that are made with titanium dioxide and zinc, because they put it on the skin rather than absorbing chemicals. If you love the spray, it's okay. Just don't, have your child close their eyes and their mouth. You too, when you put it on yourself. On the face, I usually use lotion with my own kids, but the best sunscreen is the one that you like, so it's the one that you use. So anything over 30 SPF, that covers that UVB, but that broad spectrum does it all.
So over 30, but is there a bogus higher end when it gets to 90?
Agreed. There is. So over, 30 SPF, sun protective factor covers 97% of those UVB rays. So anything over it, you're not getting a ton more. Most important is reapplying it. So you go and swim, you go and sweat, you're playing. Usually the sunscreen now by FDA regulations has to tell you how often to apply. So it'll say water resistant for 40 minutes, water resistant for 80. Kids playing in the water this time, you got to reapply, particularly in that midday sun every hour or so.
Thank you so much. Good information. Love having you on the show.
Thanks.